I bought this FLIR One a few years ago. Initially I had some issues, and after I made a video on YouTube, FLIR were kind enough to replace it. I made a follow-up video, but it didn't have quite as many hits as the original, so unfortunately that one missed and hit the wall. It's a shame really, because I wanted to sing their praises after such a generous gesture, giving me a free unit, which has been great. Brilliant for diagnosing everything from faulty PCBs to window seal leaks, letting the cold into my house. But it's getting old now, so I went online to see if there was an updated model, and yes, there is. I got this on eBay. It was actually listed as the FLIR One Pro LT. And when I looked at the specs, it turned out the LT version was actually not much different to this old Gen 2. So I thought to myself, I need to make another purchase and get the Pro and hopefully sell this one on. But when it arrived in the post, it was actually the full Pro version, not the LT. So I emailed the seller, but they didn't seem responsive. The case was also missing, but what I paid for it, I wasn't too bothered. And this also shows that I'm in no way sponsored by FLIR or associates, so everything I say here is absolutely unbiased. Talking of sponsors, let's get a word from my actual sponsor. Well, in fact I don't have one, so I'm going to plug myself. My mastering services go way beyond just music, compilations and DJ mixes. One of the issues with a lot of YouTube videos is the levels. Of course you've got volume control at your end, right? That's great, but when the adverts come on, you're blown to kingdom come. And what about those ones that just sound a bit muffled? They haven't got that clarity. So if you want professional clear sound, I can take care of that. Check my website lecproductions.co.uk/mastering for more. Let's get back to the video. I went onto eBay for a case for this, and there was one, and it was selling for £23.99. Now, if that's not extortionate enough, the price tag for the postage was another £20.40. That's nearly £45 for something you can get on AliExpress for £1, or $1 if you're across the pond. So I did. Unfortunately, the only cases I could find were either too small or it was rattling about like a ball bearing in a bean tin. So I designed my own case in CAD. I actually think it looks more professional than the basic case that it comes with. What I wanted to talk about was the unit itself and the pros and cons. I remember the original unit starting the software automatically upon detection as soon as it was plugged into the phone. This happened right out the box. It may be possible to set the new one up to do this, but I couldn't find anything in the settings. Anyway, so the next thing was the boot up time. It says on the front of the screen 20 seconds, but that's only an estimate. It can sit hanging for around a minute before it eventually starts. I'm not sure if I have an old firmware, if it's updatable, but there seems to be nothing on the site to say an upgraded firmware is available, nor does it announce anything upon connection, so I'm assuming I'm already up to date. I did try to find a factory reset, but this is a stubborn little unit. Also, the battery was depleting faster than a shot of whiskey at a free bar, so I ordered a new one. And guess what? It didn't arrive. So I went on to another seller and bought another. And I still not had my refund for the first, and that was already the wrong side of £15. Maybe it would have been better off to go straight to FLIR and buy a new one of these, with all of the expenses that I've got. But funds are low and I thought I'd got a bargain. Anyway, so I got a new battery and it's much better than the old one. It opens up quite easily. You've got some little clips either side. They pop off here and here. And it just takes a T5 screwdriver and then you can get yourself into that and change the battery. I was really hoping that replacing the battery would have factory resetted it, and it probably has, but we've still got this slow boot time, so that remains a thing. However, beyond these minor annoyances, I have to say this is a remarkable little unit, and once it's up and running it goes right up to 400 degrees. I don't think I'll ever need this, but it's handy to have, as you never know if you'll need it further down the line. Anyway, so let's dive right in and get a closer look at the specs and see what this micro beast can deliver. Thermal resolution is the same on paper, 160 by 120, but the FLIR One Pro wins in image clarity because the visible camera overlay is much higher resolution, and the extra vivid IR, which I know is just marketing thing, but it's their processing thing, which helps produce a cleaner, more detailed thermal image. It's got a bigger temperature range, which goes right up to 400 degrees on this one, which is useful if you want to inspect hot machinery, motors, ovens, not just household heat differences. It's got better heat sensitivity. This is 70 millikelvins versus 150 millikelvins, which means the Pro can detect subtle temperature differences, which is useful if you want to spot small heat leaks, insulation gaps, or gradual temperature gradients. It's got more measurement tools, more spot meters, temperature regions, which makes this one a lot more flexible for diagnostics and reporting rather than just see hot versus cold. The battery life and the frame rate are similar on both units, but the Pro just adds more Pro grade features without significantly increasing size or complexity. For basic hobbyist use, e.g. low temperature, simple heat detection, the Gen 2 can suffice, but for anything more demanding, engineering, electronics, maintenance, serious inspections, the Pro definitely gives a noticeable edge. So for my next purchase, I'm actually looking to buy a standalone unit. Now, I know you can get a lot of standalone units. There's hundreds on Amazon. They go for about £350 and they're feature rich. They're absolutely amazing on paper. How it compares to the FLIR standalone units, I don't know. I would like to review one. FLIR, if you're listening, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But I certainly will do a review. I did choose FLIR for a reason, for the fact that I bought the first one. FLIR replaced it, so I know that their customer service is absolutely amazing. This one here, you know, I'm absolutely blown away for the size of this. It just plugs in your phone, and the beauty of having it on your phone is you can just record onto your phone and then straight out to the web. And if you're out on the field and you're doing engineering work and you want to send some stuff back to the office, it's plugged straight into your phone, so you make your recording on your phone and you can fire it straight off. You know, so say for example you're in a factory and there's a heat leak and you've discovered that, and you say, right, there's a heat leak just here, I'm not quite sure what to do about it. You send it back to the office, the engineer has a look at it, comes straight back to you, and it's literally instant. With the standalone, I've not actually got one, so I don't know enough about it to say how easily that is to transfer information. If you're looking for a smartphone one, like I say, the connector, I personally would go for, if I was going to do this again, I would be looking to upgrade my phone and go for the USB-C, because this is at the end of life now, this old lightning connector. And if you're an Android, you're going to get a USB-C one anyway. Okay, I want to wrap this up now, so hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're the one that rolls me over to 1 million subscribers, you could win my old second generation FLIR One. Bye for now.